What's good, guys? It's Joseph, and today we're going to be editing some smooth cinematics. We're going to make them look a little bit more visually appealing, and to do that, we're going to be adding a few different kind of things to it to make it pop out a little bit and just kind of stand out overall. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and go into my After Effects. Got my song in here. Got some points I want to sync to. Got some cinematics I recorded in for a montage I'm currently working on. So be on the lookout for that. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to drag my clip into my composition, and then I'm going to press Ctrl-Alt-T, go to the end of my clip, delete this last frame right here, and then go back to the beginning and drag it to where I want to have it start. And then, so now it's just this, and then I'm going to start syncing it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and find where I want this to start, because this is a raw recording. It's not cut up or anything. So I wanted it to start right around here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to go one frame behind and Alt right square bracket key on my keyboard next to the P. And it's going to delete the rest of it. It's going to clip off the rest. And then the reason I go one frame before is because the next clip's going to start right here anyways. And so I want to be in control of like what the last frame is going to look like before it goes into the next one. It's just something I like to do. And then I'm going to drag this forward a little bit too much, and it's going to almost before it hits this wall right here. So that's going to be good for me. I'm going to highlight both these keyframes, keyframe assistant, easy ease, or press F9 on your keyboard. Go into your graph editor, put a little bit of speed in the beginning, and have this exaggerate the speed coming out just a little bit. And so it's going to kind of look something like that, and then it's going to go out. So that, if that looks good for you, then you're good, you're done. But there's things you can do to spice it up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and press Shift, S, and P. We're going to be animating the scale in the position. You could do rotation too, but I'm not going to really mess with it because you can play with it on your own. You can get something that looks cool, but I'm just going to do position and scale. So I'm going to put a keyframe for both of them at the beginning and in the middle. So at the beginning, I'm going to actually I'm going to scale this up to like maybe around 160 or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Depends on your clip. I'm going to put this in the bottom right. Just like that. Looks good to me. And then I'm going to actually scale this up just a little bit. I'm going to move this up because you can kind of see it wasn't really centered, and that was I kind of recorded it weird, but you can obviously fix that with editing like this. So you're going to have it basically, that looks good to me. So now it's going from the bottom. It's going to go right here. And then at the end, I'm going to actually move this up, and I'm going to scale it up back to 160 over. And then it's going to go up to the top right. And it's just going to be just like that. And you can play around with how you want it to look. But yes, there you go. And then it's going to go like that. Maybe put the scale down a little bit. That might have been too much. And it's going to move it there. And so now it's kind of moving around. There you go. And you're going to want to easy ease all of these frames. And you can go into the graph editor with all of them. Make sure you're on speed graph. And just drag these points on the ends in or out towards themselves. And then these ones in the middle, basically you're going to want to make a giant U of speed. And then voila, there you go. You got a nice dynamic looking cinematic, and it's going to look sick in any montage or whatever. We can preview it if we want to. And that's it. That's really, I mean, obviously I can kind of fine tune the syncing to make it look a little bit more smooth. I'm going to go into a value graph here, kind of give it a little bit more speed or whatever, but I'm not really too worried about it. And if you want, you can enable frame blending on it if that makes it better. But other than that, that's really all I got. You can add some rotation in there if you want to. Something else you can do is if you want to add some black bars, like if you want to animate them on, some people just leave them on the whole edit. But say I make a solid and I just name it bars or whatever. And if you put you put your CC jaws on there, you put the height to 0, And you can put the completion to 100, and you can either put it at the beginning here, and depending if you have a clip before it, you can have it start a little bit before, like 5 frames before, or whatever. Like this let's just say I do that. I'm starting it. Let's say there's a clip behind this, like just like you're at montage or whatever, and you're going into the cinematic, and then you can go like however long you want in here, and then you can put this down to like 75, 80, or whatever you do normally, and just ease the frames, and then kind of, I don't know, just kind of like drag this out a little bit, drag that down, and it's gonna like ease in there, you know. But obviously you can do whatever you want to, and we can take a look at it. But say if you don't have one, you can have it start like that. But I'm just gonna leave it how it was. Looks fine to me. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do to really liven up your clips, and that's really it. That's all I got. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them. If you learned anything from the video, or even if you didn't, if you just enjoyed it, or if you want to support me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe on the video. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if you have any questions, Twitter, I'm easily contacted through Twitter. My DMs are always open, so if you want to come in and say what's up, if you don't need to have a question, you need one-on-one help, I'm always open to help out. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm out. Peace.